We've been talking about the skin and its relationship to essential fatty acids, EFAs, the ultimate EFAs from longevity, great source of essential fatty acids. We've been talking about how EFAs relate to the skin, especially when it comes to dry skin. I've been in the skincare business now since 1983. That's 31 years. Never ceases to amaze me how many people have dry skin. Human skin should never be dry. And it turns out that in general, skin health issues tend to be more common than not. In one study that was published a couple years ago in the International Journal of Dermatology, it was found that over 50% of randomly polled women were complaining of sensitive or very sensitive skin. And pretty much all skin conditions, even accelerated aging and wrinkles, dry skin, certainly acne, psoriasis, eczema, sensitive skin, all of them have somewhere along the line some kind of problem with fats, fat intake, fat processing. If you had a gallbladder removed, or if you had any bile issues, liver issues, history of gallstones, hysterectomy, you are at much higher risk for skin health issues because all of these can compromise how your body processes fat. And that includes sensitive skin, that includes dry skin, especially in the extremities, the hands, feet, fingers, toes. From a physiological standpoint, no one's supposed to have dry skin. The skin makes its own moisture factors. The skin makes its own moisture chemicals, and lots of them. That is, healthy skin makes its own moisture factors and makes a lot of moisture factors. But in order to make those moisture factors, certain conditions have to be present. For one thing, the digestive system has to be operating efficiently and correctly. Once toxins from foods and incompletely digested proteins get into the blood via enzyme deficiencies or problems making stomach acid, it is a short jump to skin problems. When you don't properly digest or completely break down foods, especially protein foods, little pieces of protein, peptides they call them, little food remnants, if you will, little particles of food can literally get into the blood and ultimately get deposited in the skin where they can disrupt skin chemistry, making the skin much more prone to sensitivity, to rashes, to eczema, to all kinds of skin health issues. Another area where malabsorption of fats or not enough fats or incompletely digested proteins can affect the skin involves the sun. A deficiency in EFAs can make the skin more unstable, make skin cells more unstable in terms of how they're dividing and how they're growing, how they're differentiating. Remember, skin cells are taking on a different shape. They're differentiating, taking on a different shape as they're growing upwards. If little particles of food from incompletely digested proteins are getting deposited in the skin because your digestive system is whacked out, or if you're not getting enough fats or the wrong kinds of fats or the wrong balance of fats, all of these can compromise how skin cells divide, how skin cells grow, how skin cells differentiate, and that will make you more prone towards irritation, more prone to sunburn, more prone to sun sensitivity, more prone to skin-related food allergies, or skin allergies, I should say, related to food problems. All of this is secondary to problems with essential fatty acids, problems with the digestive system, either protein digestion or malabsorption of fats. There's another reason why you want to make sure you're supplementing with your ultimate enzymes, using apple cider vinegar after your meals, using your ultimate essential fatty acids. In fact, your ultimate essential fatty acids are they're not exactly, but almost like a remedy for many skin health issues. Eczema, psoriasis, sensitivity, dry skin. This is so important when it comes to sun care, especially as we move into the summer tanning season. The sun is important, very, very, very important. Everything we eat is really a form of stored energy from the sun. In fact, pretty much everything we are is ultimately derived from the sun. We literally eat the sun, and we literally are the sun. In fact, everything that exists, if you break it down far enough, is just energy from the sun. Over 99% of the mass of the solar system, 99.4% of the mass of all of the planets of the entire solar system is the sun. Given all of these scientific facts, how important the sun is, how we're made up of the sun, our food is the sun, the mass of our solar system is largely the sun, it's crazy to think that we can or that we should avoid the sun. Now, at the same time, the sun is intense radiation energy. And that means we have to make sure our skin is strong enough and robust enough and vital enough to withstand the radiation energy that comes from the sun. Unfortunately, when it comes to sun care or sun protection, we've been encouraged to believe that we have to control the sun, or at least we have to control our exposure to the sun, rather than working directly with the skin to make it stronger. Fact is, the skin is designed intelligently and divinely to be able to adapt and to be able to upregulate, to be able to handle solar energy when it has the nutrients it needs, when it has the vitamin C, when it has the plant nutrients, the pigments, the carotenes, the flavonoids, the blues, the yellows, the reds, when it has enough selenium, when it has enough sulfur, and when it has the right kinds of fat, and enough of the right kinds of fat, especially a balance of omega-6 fats and omega-3 fats. Omega-6s, as we've said, get converted into a type of hormone that supports inflammation. Omega-3s ultimately get converted into an anti-inflammatory hormones that are responsible for an anti-inflammatory response. Now, here's the thing about inflammation. You can't heal without an inflammatory response. So an inflammatory response is very, very important. In fact, our need for inflammation, in a way, is more important than our need for anti-inflammation, because you can't heal without inflammation, and the body is always in a healing mode. It should be always in a healing mode, because just life attacks us. That means omega-6s are really important. And in fact, it may be that omega-6s are more important than omega-3s. Hang tight, I'll tell you what I mean when I come back from our break. I am Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back after this.
Dr. Wallach has been warning us for decades to take control of our health care and our food supply. Go Foods and Dr. Wallach's Youngevity have partnered to help you be prepared. Members of Youngevity can now buy Go Foods directly from their personal store. If not yet a member, call 800-648-9753 or on the web at www.storefoodnow.com to get special member pricing. That's 800-648-9753 or www.storefoodnow.com.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Usually, the older one gets, the less you are able to absorb amino acids and the less you are able to repair the 100 trillion cells of your body. As a result, you'll have less energy, your tissues will shrink, and you'll become wrinkled. An older person will typically injure more easily and heal more slowly. Not fun. However, if you can consume a protein powder that is easier to absorb, then you may be able to gain back some strength, muscle, and speed of recovery. One World Whey is a highly digestible whey protein powder that may be the perfect answer for you.
My name is Errol. I'm 74 years old. You know, the taste of One World Whey is amazing. I play pickleball, and since taking One World Whey and your trace mineral supplement, I have more energy and recover faster from my working out. I used to take another grass-fed whey protein powder, but now I'm getting much better results using One World Whey.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com.
Honey, it's time for dinner. What are you doing over there on your computer?
I'm shopping for a new wallet. Mine is falling apart. Hey, did you know there's a company called ID Stronghold that makes shielded wallets to prevent electronic pickpocketing?
Oh, I didn't realize there was such a thing as electronic pickpocketing. What is that?
Well, apparently, many of the new credit and debit cards being issued have radio chips inside them called RFID that transmit our banking information to card readers when we pay. Unfortunately, a bad guy can also get one of these readers and go around the city scanning people, collecting their credit card numbers and personal information without us knowing it.
Wow, that sounds scary. Since you're getting a new wallet anyway, you should definitely get an ID Stronghold shielded wallet. Are they more expensive?
No. In fact, I can get a shielded leather wallet from IDStronghold.com for the same price or less than regular unshielded wallets from other stores.
Sounds great. My wallet isn't falling apart yet, but let me pick one out too. I want to be protected, and these wallets at IDStronghold.com look fantastic.
Check out the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0, the Healthy Start Pack. Find out what so many people have been finding out about how effective a good nutritional supplement program can be. I talked to a guy this morning who had multiple sclerosis. He's in his 40s, and I first started talking to him about a month ago. I think he might be listening. He's a music producer in Atlanta. And maybe a month ago when I first started talking to him, maybe 5 weeks ago, I couldn't even understand what this guy was saying on the phone. His MS was so bad, he couldn't talk, really. MS is a nerve disease, nerve and muscle disease. It affects nerves and muscles throughout the body. And this guy's, his articulation, his ability to talk was affected. And I couldn't really understand what he was saying. And I've been talking to him now probably 3 or 4 times in the last couple of months. He's been doing his Z-Radical. He's been doing his Healthy Start Pack, his Beyond Tangy Tangerine. And the difference is astounding. Gradually, the second time I talked to him, I could understand him a little bit better. Third time, a little bit better. Today, it was almost like I was talking to a guy, not quite 100%, but pretty darn close to 100%. And I see this stuff all the time. It's not a miracle. It seems like a miracle, but it's not a miracle. It's how the body works. Nutrition is like gas for your car. It's like oxygen. It's like air. It's essential, and that's what essential means. Without it, degenerative disease is going to occur. It can't not occur. But with it, you can reverse anything. Now, certainly there's other things you have to do. If there's toxicity in your environment, if you have mental or emotional, psychological issues, those need to be addressed also. But nothing is more important than a good nutritional supplement program when it comes to reversing degenerative disease. And when I tell you about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Healthy Start Pack and vitamins and minerals and essential nutrients, I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from academic research, from academic understandings, from research understandings. I'm telling you from personal experience. I see this all the time. You guys, if you're dealing with any kind of degenerative health issue, if you're dealing with a skin issue, if you're dealing with a nerve issue, if you're dealing with an autoimmune issue, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your friends and your family to at least give the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the ultimate essential fatty acids, the Healthy Start Pack, the Z-Radical, the ultimate enzymes, at least a shot, at least a chance. And we can help you do that. Give the Brightside Ben phone team a call at 866-735-2470. If you have any questions, we welcome your calls today at 855-660-4261. Okay, so fats, super duper important. The balance of essential fats is important. There's 2 major kinds, as most of you know, omega-6s and omega-3s. Omega-6s get converted into a type of hormone that supports inflammation. Inflammation is important for the healing process. When we talk about inflammation's relationship to disease, we're talking about out-of-balance inflammation. We're talking about over-inflammation, excess inflammation, unbalanced inflammation, and that's why omega-3s are important. Omega-3s balance out the inflammatory responses of omega-6s. That makes both of these essential fats important. The ultimate EFAs from longevity have a perfect balance of omega-6s to omega-3s. Omega-6s and omega-3s are collectively referred to as essential fatty acids, EFAs. These EFAs get converted into inflammatory and anti-inflammatory hormones, master hormones. They're called prostaglandins. You may have heard of that term. Prostaglandins get their name because they were first found in the prostate gland, hence the name prostaglandins. These prostaglandins are anti-inflammatory and they're inflammatory, and this is where a lot of, where most Tylenol, aspirin, most anti-inflammatory drugs work at this prostaglandin level. And because prostaglandins affect everything, that's where you get your side effects from. There's prostaglandins, for example, that affect mucus secretion in the digestive tract. When you shut down prostaglandins to shut down inflammation, you also shut down the protective mucus in the digestive tract, and this accounts for one of the most important, the major side effect of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, gastric bleeding. People die from gastric bleeding. This is all to say that once you suppress chemistry, you can't control what you're suppressing. If you're suppressing suppressing inflammation by shutting down inflammatory prostaglandins, you're going to suppress a lot of things, including the protective chemicals for the digestive tract. You guys getting the sense that addressing nutritional deficiencies and digestive system breakdowns are way, way, way more fundamental approaches to take when it comes to addressing skin health than using any topical skincare product or prescription products or prescription drugs? You're right. Addressing nutritional deficiencies and digestive system breakdown is the key to all health issues. And the beautiful thing about it is it's not a doctor. It doesn't involve doctors. It doesn't involve the medical model. So you got two kinds of fats that fall into this category of essential. They're called essential fats, essential fatty acids, omega-6s, and omega-3s. Some nutritionists will tell you, oh, don't worry about omega-6s. You get enough omega-6s. Just worry about omega-3s. Not true. You need omega-6s. You need omega-3s. You need them both. Omega-6s are mostly found in grains, largely found in grains, at least in our diet. Omega-3s, on the other hand, are found in seeds. Fish oil, despite the conventional wisdom, is not a source of omega-3. So if you're taking fish oil because you want to get your omega-3s, you're not really getting your omega-3s. You're getting derivatives of omega-3s. There's only one omega-3, just one. Then it gets broken down into derivatives, and there's a couple derivatives that are found in fish oil. They're important. I'm not saying they're not important. DHA and EPA, they're very important for nerve health, for brain health, for skin health. But omega-3s themselves, the parent omega-3s, are pretty much only going to be found in seeds. Grass will contain some omega-3s, but you're not going to get any omega-3s in fish. If you're looking to get your omega-3 from foods, you want to go with seeds, you want to go with eggs, you want to go with algae, spinach, squash, watercress, broccoli. These are all possible sources of omega-3s too. Another really interesting source of omega-3s is something called chia seeds. Now, chia seeds have been in the news lately. Some of you may remember back in the 1980s, there was these commercials for something called a Chia Pet, these clay sculptures that were coated with chia seeds. I think they may even still be around. They coated these clay sculptures with seeds, and then you'd water the seeds would sprout, and you get this kind of hair-looking stuff. By 2007, there were probably 500,000 chia pets sold every year. Chia is a type of mint plant. It's a member of the sage family. And it's a really, really, really good source of omega-3 oils. Chia seeds have been prized for their omega-3s and fat content for many years, for centuries, really, by American Indians and by rural Mexicans. The word chia is actually derived from the Indian term for oily. One of the neatest things about chia seeds is they gel up. So you can make really good puddings and custards. You can make them homemade. Now, these days, I've actually seen them in Whole Foods and in vitamin stores, these prepackaged and pre-made chia puddings that take advantage of the gelling quality of chia seeds. Chia seeds absorb water much like hyaluronic acid does. As we've talked about hyaluronic acid's water-trapping properties for skin health. Chia seeds have that same kind of water-trapping property. Xanthan gum, pectin, these are all polysaccharides, long-chain sugars that have a swelling property, and chia seed swells in much the same way. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got more to say about fats and chia seeds. Also want to get into a little bit of protein. We'll probably do that tomorrow. I want to take your phone calls when we come back from our break. Got a line open for you at 855-660-4261. We'll be back after this.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Is negative content or comments on the web affecting your personal or professional reputation? Unfavorable comments, embarrassing pictures, videos, legal documents, and bad tweets can ruin your personal life, your career, or your business. It happens a lot, and it's just not fair. But what can you do? Reputation.com can protect your good name. Get a free consultation now at 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771. Call right now for a free expert reputation analysis. It's easy to squash the unfair attacks with our patented system, and the analysis is absolutely free. Make the best things about you jump out in searches. Protect your personal and professional reputation, your business, and your income. Get your free reputation analysis from Reputation.com right now. Call 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771. 800-831-0771.
Honey, it's time for dinner. What are you doing over there on your computer?
I'm shopping for a new wallet. Mine is falling apart. Hey, did you know there's a company called ID Stronghold that makes shielded wallets to prevent electronic pickpocketing?
Oh, I didn't realize there was such a thing as electronic pickpocketing. What is that?
Well, apparently, many of the new credit and debit cards being issued have radio chips inside them called RFID that transmit our banking information to card readers when we pay. Unfortunately, a bad guy can also get one of these readers and go around the city scanning people, collecting their credit card numbers and personal information without us knowing it.
Wow, that sounds scary. Since you're getting a new wallet anyway, you should definitely get an ID Stronghold shielded wallet. Are they more expensive?
No. In fact, I can get a shielded leather wallet from IDStronghold.com for the same price or less than regular unshielded wallets from other stores.
Sounds great. My wallet isn't falling apart yet, but let me pick one out too. I want to be protected, and these wallets at IDStronghold.com look fantastic.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness: the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
When you're listening to the radio and you hear,
"We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin,"
you listen closely. Your pulse rate increases and you wonder if you're prepared for whatever man-made or natural disaster has occurred. If food became unavailable, would you be able to feed yourself and your family? Have you checked and found emergency food can cost as much as $300 for a month's supply and is full of weird chemicals and other unpronounceable ingredients? At 30dayfoodsupply.com for only $99, you can order 90 meals that are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and they're packed with oxygen absorbers in Mylar bags. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from producers in Oregon and then passing the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184. And remember, only $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit the website 30dayfoodsupply.com or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184.
I'll get your phone calls right now. I'll go to Mario in Canada. What's up, Mario? Welcome to the bright side. Hey, Mario.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Doing good. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I have a question. My mother has come down with shingles, and she's been taking the pharmaceuticals and hasn't been getting much better at all.
Okay.
My question is, what can we do from a nutritional?
Lots. Shingles is what's called an opportunistic infection. It's a viral infection. And when we say opportunistic, it means that the virus is waiting for an opportunity to pounce. Opportunistic infections only occur when the body is weakened. That's your clue right there. Shingles only occurs in a weak body. Older people get shingles, people who are post-surgery, people who are suffering from some kind of long-term degenerative disease. It doesn't affect healthy young people. That tells you that shingles requires some kind of suppression or weakening of the immune system. So what does that mean? It means you got to strengthen the immune system. And how do you strengthen the immune system? You do two things. You approach it from two directions. You approach it from the direction where you're building the immune system, and you approach it from the direction where you're keeping things away from the body that suppress the immune system. Does that make sense, Mario? You get two directions. You build the immune system, and then you keep things out of the body that suppress the immune system. Does that make sense, Mario? Okay, good. Yeah. So let's take the first part of the equation. How do you build the immune system? Well, the best way to build the immune system is with, from a nutritional standpoint, is with vitamin C and vitamin A and zinc and magnesium, essential nutrients, basically. So first things first, with shingles, probably the most important nutrient is going to be vitamin C. I'd be using high doses of vitamin C. You'll get those in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Your mom should be sipping on that BTT and probably taking extra, along with sipping on the BTT, taking some extra vitamin C. Don't take too much all at once. It can give you a little bit of diarrhea, especially if you don't have, if your digestive system is also somehow compromised, and that does occur when people are older. So sip on some vitamin C water and sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, step number one. Step number two, get on the OPC selenium. Very, very important for all immune system building. Selenium is antiviral on its own. Probably 200 to 400 micrograms of OPC, ultimate selenium, I should say, from longevity is a good place to be. It wouldn't hurt her to sip on the Z radical also. Maybe not sip on it, but do a couple of capfuls of the Z radical. Very important for the immune system. Protein is also important for the immune system. When the digestive system breaks down, we don't absorb our protein as effectively. So making sure she's getting enough protein is important. I'd be using the probiotics, the Biolumin Nightly Essence, and also digestive enzymes after meals. Anything you can do to support the digestive system is going to be important for immunity. Then there's staying away from the things that suppress the immune system. And chief among immune suppressing factors is sugar and refined flours and refined foods. So staying away from sugar, staying away from refined flour, staying away from refined foods, staying away from anything really that causes digestive distress is also important. Let's see what else. If she's got any kind of psychological, emotional, or mental stressors, that can also act to suppress the immune system. And then if she has any other health conditions, if she has, and she must have underlying health conditions, that can act as an immune suppressant also. So correcting other health conditions can be important. That means get on the Mighty 90 for sure, in addition to working with, if she has thyroid problems, working with the thyroid, or if she has blood sugar problems, doing what you need to work with on the blood sugar system. So you're approaching shingles from two directions. Number one, using nutrients like selenium and vitamin C and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Z Radical that support immune health. And number two, staying away from anything that suppresses immune system health, especially processed foods, sugar, any kind of foods that have impair the digestive process or the absorption process, as well as helping her reducing the impact of any other kind of degenerative breakdown that she has, stomach problems or thyroid problems or blood sugar problems in particular. Does that help, ma'am? Or, sir? Sorry, Mario?
Yeah, I was just was going to say, would it also help to, because it's affecting the nerve endings, I think they were saying, and right. Would it be also beneficial to take EFAs at all?
Heck yeah, that's the Healthy Start Pack, absolutely. All the essential nutrients. EFAs are very, very important. All your amino acids are very important. Your essential minerals and all the vitamins are important, absolutely. Those are the basics. Everybody needs those, but specifically for the shingles, the selenium, the sulfur, the immune system boosters, as well as staying away from anything that suppresses the immune system. That's the way you're going to work with shingles, with the shingles, but making sure she's got her Healthy Start Pack and her Mighty 90 essential nutrients, that's a baseline. That is always going to be the case.
Okay.
All right, Mario. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for calling, man. All right, David in Texas, welcome to the bright side. What's up?
Yes, I'm having hip problems. The doctor says I'm headed for surgery, and I'm going to give your longevity a full trial and need to know what to do. And I'm having a problem with heavy metals too.
Okay, all right. Well, a couple things. First of all, yeah, it's not unusual that you have a problem with heavy metals because our environment is surrounded with heavy metals. Heavy metals are in the water. Heavy metals are in our food. So it's not atypical. So if you want to clear yourself of heavy metals, there's a lot of strategies for doing that, including the essential nutrients, the Mighty 90 essential nutrients: selenium, sulfur, vitamin E, vitamin C. These are all very important for helping magnetically attract heavy metals out of your body. You also have less of a tendency to absorb heavy metals into the body when you're getting the good minerals. When you're getting the good metals or the good minerals, the body has less of a tendency to absorb the bad minerals. You can use algae. You can use bentonite clay. You can use zeolites. These are all ways that you can help pull heavy metals out of the body. As far as the hip issues go, that's a degenerative issue. That means the body is breaking down, it's degenerating, it's dissolving, it's melting, however you want to look at it. And that means we got to turn the degenerative process into a regenerative process. We got to turn the body around. We got to go from breakdown into build up. And there's lots of ways to do that. And in addition to the aforementioned Healthy Start Pack, Essential Mighty 90 nutrients, protein is your major building nutrient, especially for bones. Making sure you're on a good whey protein supplement is very important. Using eggs, using fish, meat, if you can find good meat, is also helpful. Making
what
sure you
kind
absorb whey protein. Do you mean what brand whey?
Yeah, yes.
I like one called Natural Factors. That's my favorite kind of Natural Factors whey. That's the organic whey. It's a Canadian whey. So whey is the best protein, but egg protein is also good. Fish protein is also good. Everything's going to give you a little bit of protein. What makes whey and egg so stand out when it comes to protein is the fact that in addition to, well, you get complete protein, but you also get building proteins. Whey and egg are building foods. Everything's going to have protein. Broccoli has protein. Beans have protein. But with whey and dairy and eggs, you get building proteins that are specific for building, and that's what we're talking about here is building. You also get growth factors in whey. And you get growth factors in eggs, and you get cofactors like vitamins and minerals that help with growth, and fats that help with growth. So whey and eggs stand out when it comes to protein. Make sure you're using digestive enzymes with your whey, and that'll help you absorb your proteins, your amino acids. Using apple cider vinegar can also be helpful for absorption. And then also minerals. There's specific minerals that are important for bone. Obviously, everybody knows about calcium, but magnesium is also important. Zinc is also important. And there are vitamins that work along with these minerals. Vitamin A and vitamin D stand out when it comes to the building vitamins, but vitamin C is also very important for building. In fact, you can't build connective tissue without vitamin C. So making sure you're getting enough vitamin C, you'll get a good dose of vitamin C in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, but you might want to throw in a little bit of extra vitamin C. And then using cartilage-containing products can also be important. The glucogel caps are like a cartilage capsule, if you will. And a bone soup is also a good cartilage-containing food. Dissolve the chicken bones in the soup, in the water, and the cartilage factors will come out in the water, and you can actually drink these cartilage factors, and that can help build connective tissue and also can help build bone too. All right, thanks so much for your call, David. Appreciate it. Got to move on. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll come back with more of your phone calls right after this. Don't go away.
There's a man named Dr. Joel Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor, both a veterinarian and naturopathic physician. Doc asks, why does the United States spend more money on healthcare by far and still rank 50th in health and longevity worldwide? He believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, take charge of their health, and attain optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic prescription drugs that lead to side effects and more toxic prescription drugs. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the big government, big pharma, and big insurance manipulation of our healthcare system. I'm George Norrie, and I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about healthcare. Visit criticalhealthnews.com and listen to Dr. Wallach's Deadly Recipes lecture. It makes a lot of sense, and I urge you to join our Critical Health News team. Go to criticalhealthnews.com. That's criticalhealthnews.com.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Honey, it's time for dinner. What are you doing over there on your computer?
I'm shopping for a new wallet. Mine is falling apart. Hey, did you know there's a company called ID Stronghold that makes shielded wallets to prevent electronic pickpocketing?
Oh, I didn't realize there was such a thing as electronic pickpocketing. What is that?
Well, apparently, many of the new credit and debit cards being issued have radio chips inside them called RFID that transmit our banking information to card readers when we pay. Unfortunately, a bad guy can also get one of these readers and go around the city scanning people, collecting their credit card numbers and personal information without us knowing it.
Wow, that sounds scary. Since you're getting a new wallet anyway, you should definitely get an ID Stronghold shielded wallet. Are they more expensive?
No. In fact, I can get a shielded leather wallet from IDStronghold.com for the same price or less than regular unshielded wallets from other stores.
Sounds great. My wallet isn't falling apart yet, but let me pick one out too. I want to be protected, and these wallets at IDStronghold.com look fantastic.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
Let's go to Florida and welcome Debbie to the bright side. What's up, Debbie?
Hi. Good. Do you have any suggestions for what I could do to help stop diarrhea? I'm taking the Tangy Tangerine.
You're getting a little diarrhea. You're getting it from the Tangy Tangerine when you started the Tangy Tangerine?
Yeah. And
well, that's not unusual. That's not unusual. It's very typical, actually, especially if you do it all at once. That's why I'm always saying to sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You don't want to do it all at once. If your body's not used to that kind of nutrition or your absorption is somehow compromised, what will end up happening when you use the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, which is very rich in minerals, the minerals, instead of getting absorbed in the intestine, when you eat minerals or drink minerals in a supplement, they go into your stomach, they pass into the intestine, and they're supposed to get absorbed in the intestine, the small intestine. But if that doesn't happen, and very oftentimes it doesn't, especially if we're not healthy or we've had absorption problems for going on for a while, our body can't absorb those minerals effectively, and the minerals pass from the small intestine and they go into the large intestine. At that point, they will magnetically attract water. That's what minerals do. Minerals attract water. That's why salt dissolves in water. That's why municipalities will sprinkle minerals like magnesium or sodium on ice to melt the ice. Minerals will melt ice because they have a kind of reaction between there's a reaction that occurs between minerals and water. So as those minerals are getting pulled through your small intestine into the large intestine and water is attracted, you'll end up with watery loose stools. So you want to regard diarrhea that occurs after nutritional supplementation, especially intense nutritional supplementation with minerals like the BTT, as a malabsorption issue. And this means two things. Number one, it means you're not absorbing your nutrients from your BTT, but it also means you're probably not absorbing nutrients from your food either, which is a significant problem. So what you want to do is step number one, sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, okay? It also might help you if you have a little bit of food going on with your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, because that will increase that will improve the body's or upregulate the body's absorption chemicals, absorption enzymes and bile and such. So using your BTT with a little bit of food or sipping on the BTT in small amounts, those are all helpful strategies. But also you want to make sure that when you're eating food and you're getting your minerals from foods, you're also using digestive enzymes and apple cider vinegar, perhaps something called pancreatin, lecithin, anything that can support absorption of nutrients, because what it means is that you're very likely dealing with malnourishment issues and possibly degenerative diseases or accelerated aging that are following or secondary to that malabsorption. So diarrhea that occurs after the Beyond Tangy Tangerine is a double problem. It's number one, it's a problem because you're not getting your BTT, your Beyond Tangy Tangerine minerals, so you want to make sure you're sipping and also taking your BTT perhaps with a little bit of food. And then secondly, it means that you have malabsorption of regular food, just the foods that you're eating, which means it's extra important that you focus on using absorption aids to get the nutrients out of the food, apple cider vinegar and enzymes and such. Does that make sense, Debbie?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's an important question because a lot of folks deal with that, and it's not a BTT problem, it's an absorption problem, and it means that you're compromised probably in terms of absorption of foods as well as of nutritional supplements. So I hope that helps, Debbie, okay? Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your call. Okay, let's see. RC in California, what's going on? Welcome to the bright side.
Good morning, Ben. My wife's been having nose bleeding.
Okay.
Quite often.
How old's your wife?
She's 62. Good health, though.
No, she's not in good health, because if she's got nosebleeds, that means something's going on. I'm not saying that to pick on your wife. I'm not saying it to pick on you or your wife, but I'm saying it because we have to understand what's happening in our body. If she has nosebleeds, that means she's got weak blood vessels. That's what nosebleeds are a sign of. Blood vessels that are weak. It could also be a sign of hypertension, that the blood pressure is too high and it's bursting the vessels. It could be a combination of high blood pressure and weakening of the blood vessels. If she's got weakening blood vessels in the nose, she's probably got weakening blood vessels in other parts of the body. That means she's at higher risk for circulatory diseases, higher risk for aneurysms, higher risk for strokes. If she has hypertension, bleeding secondary to high blood pressure, then she's got problems associated with high blood pressure. So what do you do? Well, we want to approach this two ways. Number one, you want to work on strengthening the blood vessels, the circulatory system. The blood vessels are made up, are strong because of protein, specifically a protein called collagen. Collagen is an elastic protein that everybody knows about in their skin, but what we don't often think about is that collagen has a role to play in bone health. It has a role to play in the health of the structure of the body, and it has a very important role to play in the integrity and the strength, the robustness of the circulatory vessels, the blood vessels. So working with collagen building strategies is very, very important. In fact, the first most important thing I would do if you're dealing with chronic nosebleeds is work on building collagen. How do you do that? Well, number one, more protein. Collagen's obviously a protein, so eating more protein is going to be important. And specifically proteins that contain the building blocks of collagen, cartilage kinds of proteins. Bone soup is a great strategy. That's got great cartilage proteins. Using the glucogel caps, eating cartilage, eating the knobby part of chicken bones can be helpful. Using glucosamine, which is a component of collagen-like material, not specifically of collagen, but support factors for collagen. The glucogel caps, maybe taken 2 or 3 couple times a day, that can be helpful for you. Eating whey protein and egg protein and regular protein kinds of foods, protein-containing foods with digestive enzymes and with apple cider vinegar to make sure you're getting the advantage of the proteins. And then, as we said earlier, vitamin C is a very, very important nutrient for building collagen. In fact, everybody knows that vitamin C deficiency disease is called scurvy, but what we might not know is scurvy is a collagen issue. It's when you can't make collagen because you don't have vitamin C. In fact, nosebleeds and bleeding in general is one of the signs of scurvy. Not saying your wife has scurvy, but she may be heading in that direction. So, and by the way, there is something called subclinical scurvy, and a lot of people, including Dr. Matthias Rath, who wrote a book called Why Animals Don't Get Heart Attacks, a lot of physicians and alternative practitioners believe that heart disease itself and nosebleeds itself are just signs of subclinical scurvy or vitamin C deficiency. So using vitamin C as a supplement, using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, that can also help. If it's high blood pressure, if you suspect high blood pressure, and you can always take her blood pressure and see if she's dealing with the high blood pressure issues, the high blood pressure issue. There's lots you can do. My favorite way to deal with high blood pressure in the immediate sense is deep breathing techniques. Just slow, deep breathing, because hypertension, high blood pressure are a classic sign of an emergency response, and nothing will initiate an emergency response faster than a lack of oxygen. So making sure you're oxygenating correctly is important. Deep breathing techniques, getting those apps I always talk about, bio-breathing and My Calm Beat, that can be helpful. Reducing sugar intake, because next to shortages in oxygen, changes in blood sugar, hypo and hyper, high and low blood sugar are also emergency conditions. So stabilizing the blood sugar is also important. You do that with more protein. So making sure she's getting more protein can actually help her in two ways. It can help her with her high blood pressure issues and can also help with building the blood vessels. Of course, the Mighty 90 essential nutrients, that goes without saying. That's the Healthy Start Pack. Essential fatty acids in particular can be important for blood vessels. There are minerals that are important for the the integrity and strength of blood vessels. Copper is important, very, very important for building strong connective tissue, strong blood vessels. Blood vessels are actually a type of connective tissue. Magnesium may be helpful. So making sure she's on the Healthy Start Pack, essential fatty acids, omega-3s and omega-6s are also important. So making sure she's on the Healthy Start Pack is another very important strategy. So lots you could do, but most importantly is to really regard her nosebleeds as a health issue. That's a sign that the body is breaking down, and I guarantee you, RC, I don't know your wife, obviously, but I guarantee you she's got other health conditions going on, and if you can focus on those, if you can look to what's going on in the rest of the body, digestive problems, thyroid problems, adrenal health problems, diabetes, blood sugar problems, weight gain problems, that can give you some very, very important clues as to what's happening in the body that's leading to those nosebleeds. So when I say your wife's not healthy, I certainly don't mean to attack her or curse her or label her in any way, but it's just important that we recognize it so that we can really start paying attention to what exactly is happening in the body. Oftentimes, in the body, it's not where we think the problem is. It's not where a problem is apparently. It's not where the problem is obviously. It's underneath where the problem really is. So the nosebleeds aren't the problem. They're the sign of the problem. That's oftentimes how it works when it comes to taking care of health and degenerative disease. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Tomorrow we'll continue. Actually, we'll finish up, hopefully, talking about fats, and then we'll move on into our next protein amino acid, the super amino acid for building, for wound healing, for anti-aging, for blood sugar control, etc. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful, beautiful, awesome day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates. 1-800-425-4610. Based on actual cases, results may vary, not a solicitation for legal services.